giant European hornet has landed on my Venus flytraps. Is it simply too powerful for this plant, or can it be caught? We'll find out. A hornet is no ordinary prey for a Venus flytrap. It is large, powerful and armed with jaws strong enough to bite through any of the plants. The plant may be able to close around it, but catching it is one thing, holding it is something else entirely. And this European hornet sets the trap off straight away. This all happens whilst I was building a new planting bed for my carnivorous plants. As I noticed the hornet, I quickly grabbed my camera and started filming. And this was one incredibly hungry hornet. They expel huge amounts of energy, and when it detects the nectar on the Venus flytraps, it closes in. It's not long before it starts making its way to one of the larger traps. So I quickly shift the angle of the camera to try and get a better view and see if this beast can get caught. It's right on the edge of the trap, feeding on one which is covered in the dew and the nectar, a sweet substance which is a huge energy source for these hornets, and it makes its way deeper into the trap. And could this be its first or last mistake? The trap closes shut, but can it break free? It bursts its way out of the trap, and I take a closer look and have another look at how it escaped. With fly traps, size matters enormously. Researchers actually found that larger traps have a better chance of retaining prey when that prey is large itself, or when it's this large and powerful, it's got no chance. Unlike wasps, and in particular small ones like this, if the trap closes around them, they are often left either half hanging out of the trap, or sometimes trapped within, creating a fantastic meal for the plants. This is actually a European hornet, and it's Britain's only native hornet and our largest social wasp, and they can reach up to 3.5 centimetres in length. And despite its appearance, it's generally less aggressive than the common wasp. But when it comes to fly traps, it's furiously trying to get the nectar, and quickly gets its head caught. And this time it looks like it might not escape, but again, it's just too powerful, and this amazing hornet pulls itself free. It's actually the trigger hairs inside the trap that this hornet keeps touching. These tiny little hairs, if they are touched twice, sometimes even once, the trap will snap shut on its prey. But when it comes down to snapping on a hornet, it comes down to the power of the trap itself. Some of my largest traps are extremely powerful, caught many wasps and many large creatures, sometimes even giant bumblebees. But this hornet seemed so far too powerful, but none of the traps snapping on it have bothered it at all. If it can actually get caught, it has extremely powerful mandibles, and as you can see here on this trap wasp, they're able to chew and grind away at the teeth of traps if their trap does not close quickly enough, and in this situation can even snip the teeth off, allowing it to escape and damaging the trap. And this hornet, if it decides to, can cause a huge amount of damage to these traps, and it's crawling and climbing all around, testing and tasting the leaves. But as I'm filming this, I notice a fly that's been caught, and it doesn't look very happy. It's been half caught in the trap, and I quickly turn the camera and get some macro shots of this, whilst the hornet continues to explore on the traps. Flies, as you can see, are not so lucky, but this hornet continues to chew and taste, works its way onto smaller traps, which will have no chance against it, and they detect the hornet very quickly and close. As it's exploring, I have another look at a different angle of when the trap closed in around it, and how exactly these things break free without using their mandibles and without using their giant stings, which could cause huge damage to the traps. As I'm filming, the hornet seems to fall from one of the traps and lands on its back. And as it approaches another trap, I continue filming, hoping it might make its way in, and it might finally get caught. It seems to be running out of energy, which is the only reason I can see why it would have fallen off the trap. But once again, this fly trap closes quickly, but it's still not caught. More angry now, it moves on quickly across other traps, tasting and experimenting. This would be an environment the hornet would not be used to, and it works its way once again into a small trap. But once again, it manages to pull its way free quickly, heading into yet another trap. And at this point, having set off multiple traps on my plant, I decide to intervene and manage to pick it up, stick it in a container, film a small amount of its behaviour as it rips through the plastic on the side of the container before being finally released free so it can fly back to its nest.
Mr. Naked Landscaper.